Well, his legs, Manny's legs are like tree trunks.
Yeah, and the
It's
hand
crazy.
speed, the power,
speed, everything.
Joe Rogan has made it clear that he believes Manny Pacquiao remains a serious threat heading into his comeback fight against Mario Barrios. This wasn't just a casual observation. After watching the latest footage from Pacquiao's training camp, Rogan was impressed by what he saw. The speed, sharp reflexes, and intensity Manny has displayed have caught plenty of attention. In Rogan's view, Pacquiao could end up surprising many of the critics who have already written him off before fight night arrives.
I think Barrios wins. I think young, and it's hard with age. But I think if anyone was going to do it, Manny Pacquiao's the next.
The discussion around Manny Pacquiao's comeback changed almost overnight. When he announced that he would return to boxing after 4 years away from the sport, many people were skeptical. At 46 years old and coming off a loss to Yordanes Ugas in his previous fight, few expected him to be a serious contender. Most critics viewed the comeback as a farewell appearance rather than a genuine attempt to compete at the highest level. And details of his daily routine became public. Fans watched Pacquiao powering up steep hills with large groups struggling to keep pace behind him. Other clips showed him firing lightning-fast combinations in the gym and enduring intense body conditioning exercises designed to prepare him for a demanding fight. The more people saw, the more they began to reconsider their expectations.
I got the call oh, Pacquiao, he's interested in coming out of retirement, and like fighting you, right, for the title. And I was like one of those. I was kind of just like, wait, what, like Pacquiao? I was like, holy.
Yeah.
You're like,
wait, Manny Pacquiao?
Yeah, but it was like he wants to come out of retirement and fight me. And I was like, so does he think sweet or? But yeah, regardless, right, of the reason, right, it's an honor, right? It's a name, right? One of those dream matchups you think about as like a kid or like when you're playing like a fight night.
Pacquiao has been very open about the challenge that lies ahead. As the challenger in this fight, he knows he must push himself beyond his limits to give himself the best chance of victory. Manny explained that every extra workout and every demanding session is part of the sacrifice needed to succeed. For him, the objective is simple: arrive on fight night in the best shape possible. Those comments came shortly after footage surfaced showing his longtime strength coach, Justin Fortune, putting him through intense conditioning drills, including striking his hands and midsection.
I can't see Manny winning. I'll be honest with you.
Really?
No, I can't see. I think age is a big factor, you know, even though he's my favorite fighter and stuff like that. Mario Barrios is a beast. 30 years young, in the prime, going from a world title, you know, it's a hard challenge for Manny.
For Manny Pacquiao, boxing has always been more than just a career. It's something that continues to motivate him every day. He explained that the countless hours of training and dedication are all focused on delivering an exciting performance for the fans. Pacquiao also gave credit to Mario Barrios, recognizing that the champion has been putting in the work as well. He understands that Barrios has a title to protect and every reason to come into the fight fully prepared. Many people, including Joe Rogan, believe Pacquiao will enter the ring looking strong and highly motivated. But on the opposite side stands a champion who views this matchup as the biggest test of his career. As the holder of the WBC welterweight title, Mario Barrios knows exactly what's at stake when facing a boxing icon of Pacquiao's stature. While he respects everything Pacquiao has accomplished, Barrios is approaching the contest with a championship mindset rather than emotion. He understands the attention surrounding the fight, but his focus remains fixed on one objective: successfully defending his belt. According to Barrios, once the fight begins, respect takes a back seat to competition, and he's prepared to do whatever it takes to leave the ring as champion.
And it's a kill or be killed. I know, like if he has been hurt at any point, he's gonna be the same way. Like I said, it's just my job, just to work on everything. Me and my team have been, training and drilling, these last couple weeks, and finish off these next 6, as best as we can, so I could go under come fight night.
Mario Barrios has made his intentions crystal clear ahead of this fight. Despite facing one of boxing's all-time greats, he has no plans to hold back or show special treatment inside the ring. Barrios believes that if their positions were switched, Pacquiao would approach the contest with the exact same competitive mindset. According to him, that simply the nature of professional boxing's comments were partly influenced by the discussion surrounding Jake Paul's fight with Mike Tyson, where Paul later suggested that he eased off at certain moments during the bout. Barrios, who also competed on that event and fought to a draw on the same card, made it clear that he has no interest in taking a similar approach. He sees this as a world title fight, not an exhibition or a tribute. Even while he respects everything Pacquiao has achieved throughout his legendary career, Barrios insists that respect will not change the way he fights. Once the opening bell rings, his focus will be entirely on winning and protecting his championship. He plans to enter the ring with a relentless attitude and a determination to make sure his title remains around his waist when
age. But you have to take into account the last time he stepped foot in that ring, man, against Ugas. You know, he didn't look good. He was outmatched by, you know, a fighter, a younger fighter. Barrios is no slouch. Barrios is a young fighter, you know, bigger fighter, knows how to, you know, control distance very well, can punch a little bit. Like, he's no easy task for anybody in the welterweight division. And for Manny to come back,
has admitted that there is a unique emotional side to this matchup. Growing up, he watched and admired Manny Pacquiao, which makes the situation feel a little unusual. He acknowledged that stepping into the ring against someone he has respected for so many years is not something he ever imagined. Still, while there is admiration on a personal level, he knows that none of it can influence what happens during the fight. According to Barrios, everything changes the moment the bell sounds. The respect, the friendly interactions, and the memories of watching Pacquiao's career all have to be put aside. In his eyes, Pacquiao remains a dangerous opponent capable of winning the fight, and that's exactly how he's preparing for him. He's approaching the chow.
I have to say to all of your fans tuning in for your fight coming up, what's your message?
July 19th, you know, tune in, man. It's going to be a big night. Whether you're a supporter, whether you're with me or against me,
Hey.
tune in. It's going to be a great night. I'm defending my title against a legend. And, I know there's going to be a lot of, Filipinos in attendance. There's going to be a lot of Mexicans, there. And it's going to be a good night of boxing. I think just, for the world of sports. And, I'm ready. And, now I'm just...
Joe Rogan's perspective, this comeback doesn't look like a farewell appearance or a publicity stunt. Over the years, he has spoken with countless fighters who stayed in the sport longer than they should have, trying to convince themselves that they still had one final run left. In Pacquiao's case, Rogan sees something different. What stands out is the focus, intensity, and sharpness he has displayed throughout training camp. Nothing about this preparation appears casual or unplanned. Everything surrounding Pacquiao's return has been built with a championship mindset. From the grueling hill sprints and demanding conditioning routines to the intense sparring sessions in the gym, his preparation reflects someone pursuing a serious goal rather than simply collecting one last paycheck. Every piece of footage released from camp points toward an athlete fully committed to competing at the highest level. Pacquiao himself has repeatedly emphasized the importance of being in peak condition. He has made it clear that he wants to enter the ring feeling completely prepared, both physically and mentally. Throughout the build-up, he has continued sending the same message. He believes he still belongs among the sport's elite competitors.
Yeah. Manny Barrios is younger. He's younger, he's big, he's a big boy. I mean, he still has a little bit more youth in him than Manny. Manny, if I'm not mistaken, I think Mario Barrios is probably same size as Margarito.
Credit, Mario Barrios isn't getting caught up in the narrative surrounding Pacquiao's age. He's preparing as if he's facing a fighter fully capable of taking his championship and disrupting everything he's worked for. That's the reason behind his aggressive mindset heading into the bout. Barrios understands the threat in front of him and refuses to underestimate it for even a second. In preparation, the champion has reportedly increased the intensity of his training camp. He steadied extra sparring rounds, worked on defensive adjustments, and spent time facing southpaw partners designed to replicate Pacquiao's unique style. Every aspect of his preparation has been aimed at dealing with the angles, movement, and pace that have made Pacquiao so successful throughout his career. Then with all that work, however, certain qualities are nearly impossible to recreate in training. Pacquiao has always been more than just a technically skilled fighter. His rhythm, explosiveness, and unpredictability create problems that few opponents are able to fully prepare for. The way he enters and exits range, changes tempo, and attacks from unusual angles has frustrated elite fighters for years. What's perhaps even more impressive is that many of those attributes still appear to be present. Despite being in his mid-40s, Pacquiao continues to show flashes of the timing and speed that defined his prime years. His power remains respectable enough to command respect from any opponent, and if he's able to maintain a high work rate over the course of 12 rounds, this matchup becomes far more than a simple title defense.
If anything, do those little cheap expedition fights that you did last year, or those that are similar to that of what Floyd Mayweather keeps doing. Why is Manny Pacquiao doing a real legitimate fight? I get for its world championship, but against Mario Barrios. And why is Mario Barrios agreeing to this? Unless there is some astronomically large amount of money being given out for this fight makes no sense for either party. And I'm sick of having this welterweight division held up by dumb stuff like this. We don't want this fight. It makes absolute...
Pacquiao has displayed during this comeback has added another interesting dimension to the discussion. If he manages to win this fight, the impact would extend far beyond adding another achievement to his legendary resume. It could completely alter the landscape of the welterweight division. Very few people initially believed that a 46-year-old former champion could return after years away and seriously threaten a younger title holder. Yet as fight night draws closer and more training footage becomes available, that possibility no longer seems impossible. Everything we've seen from camp points toward a fighter who still possesses many of the qualities that made him great. The pace of his workouts, the intensity of his training sessions, and the demanding drills he's pushing through all suggest that he's preparing for far more than a symbolic appearance. This looks like someone who believes he can still compete at the highest level, win rounds, land meaningful punches, and create real problems for an elite opponent.
I mean, it's hard to know, at the age of Pacquiao, what we're going to get from him, But I'll tell you this. Depending on his conditioning, right? Depending on how much he can pop in on that instep that he brought to me, that notorious fast instep. If he can pop in that instep, and if Pacquiao can get in.
While many people have praised Manny Pacquiao's determination to return to the ring, Amir Khan has taken a much more cautious view of the situation. The former world champion has openly shared his concerns about Pacquiao fighting again at the age of 46, suggesting that the comeback carries significant risks. Rather than celebrating the return, Khan believes the legendary Filipino may be putting himself in unnecessary danger by continuing to compete at this stage of his life. About the comeback, Khan explained that even if Pacquiao manages to win the fight, he would prefer to see him walk away from the sport once again afterward. In Khan's opinion, a victory would provide the perfect ending to an already remarkable career. He feels that accomplishing such a feat and then stepping aside would allow Pacquiao to leave the sport on a positive note while Presapar.
Wish him all the best.
Quadra, I love him.
Can he do it?
Quadra?
Can he do it? Absolutely.
That's a Mexican guy.
Manny Pacquiao's
Oscar needs.
He's a legend.
Some nice ones. Thank you.
He's a legend. I think he can do it. Absolutely. I mean, it's not going to be easy.
Khan is far from the only person expressing concerns about Manny Pacquiao's return, but his opinion carries a different weight because of the history between them. For years, the boxing world discussed the possibility of a fight between Khan and Pacquiao. Although that matchup never became a reality, their careers ran alongside one another for a long time, giving Khan a unique perspective on Pacquiao's rise and dominance during his peak. The fact that they never shared the ring didn't stop fans and analysts from comparing the two fighters. It also didn't prevent Khan from developing a deep respect for everything Pacquiao achieved throughout his remarkable career. Having watched many of those accomplishments unfold firsthand, Khan understands better than most just how special Pacquiao was at his best.
Surprising. Obviously, I know Manny very well. He's a true competitor. He's a guy that if you put something in his head, and obviously to create more history, he's a guy that's going to give everything and try his best. That's what Manny. One thing I always learned with Manny is give 110% and try your best no matter what. So. Yeah, he's going to give it his all. Again, you can't beat Father Time, but Father Time is hard, and it was very hard watching.
Continue to question whether Manny Pacquiao should be returning to the ring. Others remain convinced that the boxing legend still has something left to prove. Among those supporters is Terence Crawford, widely regarded as one of the best fighters in the sport today. Crawford has made it clear that he believes Pacquiao has a real chance of defeating Mario Barrios and walking away with another major victory. Speaking about the matchup, Crawford expressed confidence in Pacquiao's ability to get the job done. In his view, the veteran's experience, ring intelligence, and punching power could be enough to carry him through one of the biggest challenges of his comeback. It was a straightforward prediction, but coming from a fighter of Crawford's caliber, it carried significant weight.
Manny Pacquiao's return. Have you got any thoughts on that fight with Mario Barrios? And is there any chance we see you still in there at 46?
Nah, at 46, I don't plan on being back in the ring, you know, but Mario Barrios is a great matchup for Manny Pacquiao. And I think, you know, at this age, it's a 50-50 fight for Manny Pacquiao.
Jones didn't hesitate to pick a side. He backed Pacquiao, highlighting the mentality that has defined his entire career. According to Jones, Manny isn't stepping back into the ring because he needs money or additional recognition. Instead, he's doing it because his passion for boxing remains as strong as ever. Jones described Pacquiao as a rare fighter, someone who stands apart from the rest. In his view, Manny possesses a special mindset that has allowed him to remain competitive for so many years. At the same time, Jones understands that the challenge ahead is far from easy and made sure to point out the risks involved. He believes Pacquiao's success will depend heavily on strategy. If Manny can stay disciplined, avoid unnecessary exchanges during the early rounds, and box intelligently, Jones feels he has a strong chance of defeating Mario Barrios. However, if he chooses to stand and trade punches recklessly, Barrios could take advantage of those opportunities and make him pay. Coming from a fighter who continued competing into his 50s, those comments carry added significance. Jones understands better than most how difficult it becomes to compete against younger opponents and how small mistakes can quickly change the outcome of a fight. Reflecting on concerns about Pacquiao's age, Jones pointed out that experience and professionalism matter just as much as youth. He expressed confidence that Manny fully understands the challenge in front of him, knows exactly what kind of opponent Barrios is, and has the knowledge and experience needed to prepare for every situation he may face inside the ring.
Are you cool with Pacquiao against Mario Barrios?
I am. I'm cool with it. If I was cool with Manny Pacquiao coming back and fighting Keith Thurman, I'm definitely going to be cool with this one. Barrios is not a puncher. Thurman was one of the biggest punchers in boxing. I think he's going to be just fine with Mario Barrios, we know what he is on the top level. He comes up short. He's been stopped by fighters that are less than Manny Pacquiao, Tank Davis. So I like this fight. I think he's not going to be an overwhelming favorite. But
Confidence in Pacquiao is certainly there, and many people still believe he has what it takes to succeed. However, almost every vote of confidence comes with an important condition. Most observers agree that Manny will need to deliver a highly disciplined performance, carefully control the distance, manage his energy throughout the fight, and rely on the experience and ring intelligence he has built over an extraordinary career. This is not the type of fight where he can depend only on natural instincts or relentless aggression. Just as importantly, he must avoid getting involved in unnecessary exchanges where mistakes can be costly. That is where the biggest threat lies. Keith Thurman, a fighter who has first-hand experience against both Pacquiao and Mario Barrios, understands those risks better than most. Speaking in an interview with Fight Hype, Thurman shared his perspective on how the contest might unfold. According to Thurman, the biggest question revolves around what version of Pacquiao will show up on fight night. Age remains an important factor, making it difficult to predict exactly what fans can expect. However, he emphasized that Pacquiao's physical condition could ultimately determine the outcome. Herman explained that if Manny is still able to explode forward with the same sharp footwork and timing that caused problems in the past, he could create serious trouble for Barrios. In his opinion, if Pacquiao can successfully close the distance and land his shots cleanly, he has the power and skill necessary to hurt Mario Barrios and make the fight very competitive.
if I was cool with Manny Pacquiao coming back and fighting Keith Thurman, I'm definitely going to be cool with this one. Barrios is not a puncher. Thurman was one of the biggest punchers in boxing. I think he's going to be just fine.
If Pacquiao wants to come back as a Hall of Famer and fight one more time, whatever. He didn't look good against Yordenis Ugas.
Can he do it?
Cuadra?
Can he do it? Absolutely. Manny Pacquiao's
Oscar needs. He's a legend. You know. Some nice ones. Thank you. He's a.
Stands out most to Thurman is Pacquiao's movement and ring mobility. He believes Manny's ability to quickly close the distance, unleash rapid combinations, and move away before an opponent can respond has always been one of his greatest strengths. That unique style helped Pacquiao compete successfully against fighters who often had advantages in size and physical strength. Thurman also believes there are weaknesses in Mario Barrios' game that could be exploited. He noted that Barrios showed vulnerability when he was hurt during his fight with Ramos, raising questions about his defensive abilities. According to Thurman, Barrios can still be hit cleanly and tends to leave openings that skilled opponents may take advantage of. In his view, Barrios is not a difficult target to locate inside the ring and is willing to exchange shots even when it puts him at risk. Despite pointing out those concerns, Thurman isn't ready to completely back Pacquiao just yet. While he acknowledges the opportunities available against Barrios and respects Pacquiao's abilities, he stops short of confidently predicting that Manny will come away with the
Barrios and Manny thing. Y'all don't see what the bigger picture is. Y'all don't think we're gonna get a Mayweather Part 2 coming soon? Y'all don't think so? Because you do know Barrios is the ultimate company man.
Oh, Mayweather Pack 2. Yeah, I don't see that. I don't see that. I'm more on the Tank. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I think that Tank gets the fight.
That's what I've been saying. I said I'm a stand on it that if Manny Pacquiao pulls this off and gets that belt, Floyd Mayweather's coming.
Support for Pacquiao doesn't stop with current opinions. It goes all the way back to one of boxing's most iconic rivalries. Juan Manuel Marquez, the opponent who shared some of the toughest and most memorable battles with Manny Pacquiao, has recently shared his thoughts, and his comments have caught many fans by surprise. After spending 42 intense rounds exchanging punches, making adjustments, and testing strategies against Pacquiao, Marquez believes there is still something special left in the Filipino legend. Speaking in a recent interview, Marquez pointed to Pacquiao's dedication and work ethic as key reasons for his confidence. Manny Pacquiao is 46 years old, but he remains a true professional and continues to train hard every single day, Marquez explained. He then made a bold.
Pacquiao needs to use speed, power, experience, and everything. Mario Barrios is a young fighter. He has a strong fighter. But I think the most important thing in this fight, the experience. The experience is for Manny Pacquiao. This fight is dangerous for Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao has 46 years old, but he's professional. He's training hard and every day. I think, let me tell you something. I think Manny Pacquiao is the new world champion. I think so.
Marquez remains the only fighter who managed to stop Manny Pacquiao with a devastating knockout, giving him a unique perspective on what it takes to compete against the Filipino icon. Because of that experience, his opinion carries real weight. This isn't a casual prediction, it comes from years of studying Pacquiao inside and outside the ring. According to Marquez, Pacquiao's explosive speed and punching power could still be enough to make him a world champion once again. For someone who shared multiple unforgettable battles with Pacquiao to say that today is significant, it suggests that the qualities which made Pacquiao such a dangerous opponent may still be very much alive. Marquez has always been known for his technical brilliance and careful preparation, so he doesn't make bold statements without reason. Looking back on their legendary encounters, he recalled how much mental focus went into every fight. He constantly analyzed situations, searching for the perfect moment to strike. As a counterpuncher, timing was everything, and he built his success around reading opponents and reacting with precision. That same analytical approach shapes the way he evaluates Pacquiao now. If Manny still possesses the quickness that defined his prime, if his movement remains effective, and if he can still create those difficult angles, then his chances of success are very real. How do you think this matchup will unfold? Let us know your prediction in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more boxing news and updates.